Hello, this is John D. Callahan. It is June 7th, 2024, and I recently completed successfully my pool water heater gizmo for this year. It doesn't leak and it works as planned. So I got the major components from Amazon, and I got the secondary components, which are the hoses and fittings, from Walmart, Lowe's, and Home Depot. So this is a 8-gallon mini tank, water heater tank, and this is an on-demand pump, and that is a sprinkler timer. Now, very conveniently, that sprinkler timer can be set to be off for 1 hour and on for 3 minutes. Again, off for 1 hour and on for 3 minutes. So it'll be closed for an hour and it'll open up for 3 minutes. And conveniently, this pump will pump 4 gallons per minute. The timer actually runs a little less than 3 minutes, which is advantageous because the tank is 8 gallons. So in a few minutes, this pump will pump out everything in the mini water heater tank that has been heating up for about an hour. So again, it doesn't leak. It's off now, which makes sense because it's only on about 3 minutes per hour. If we're lucky, it'll turn on. And we can see it turn on. Quite a challenge to keep it from leaking. So I learned a lot about fittings and about plumber's tape. So the water comes in from the pool, and you can see the pool is covered with a solar heater, which helps quite a bit. So I'm hoping between the sun coming in and the energy from the sun being retained by the solar heater, and it also retaining the heat from the inside, from the water that I'm dumping in, the hot water I'm heating up and dumping back in, between those two things, it'll heat the pool significantly, particularly in July, and hopefully in June and August, get it up into the 80s, maybe even the 90s. But we will see. I'm not sure because I haven't really tested it. I don't know yet. I just know the system does work. And I'm going to put, this is the cold water coming in, but I'm going to put another identical unit here. And between those two units, it'll put approximately 400 gallons of very hot water every day. So even though the pool is 20,000 gallons, if that solar cover can retain a lot of that heat, then I think there's a good chance it'll heat up. But I won't know till I actually see. So anyway, this is the cold coming in on the yellow, which comes in here, goes to the pump, comes in through the green. The cold water continues to go through the green when it's pumping, and it goes into the cold. And after it's heated, it will come out the red hot. And it comes in here and it's controlled by the water timer. And then it goes out back into the pool through the red hose. Now, the unit draws about 15 amps, very approximately, which is the max that this shop will break or hold. So I can only pretty much put one unit on it, and we don't use very much power here except the lights. So it's coming down through this 14 gauge wire, which is plugged in right behind the wall here, and comes in. And again, I'm going to put an identical unit here, and I'm going to power that from the garage over here, which again has a 15-20 amp breaker, and we don't use much power at all from that. Virtually nothing, in the same way that we hardly use any power from the shop except to turn the lights on. And then the power will come here. I'm going to use a 50-foot 12 amp extension cord that I buy from Harbor Freight, which is a very excellent product. I did replace the lights in here and gained about 200 watts with the more modern bulbs. I'm going to cover this because it's not good to be in direct sunlight, so I'm working on a temporary cover here, which will be held by the water jugs, which you can see also are holding down the solar cover and which hold down the cover in the winter and when we winterize. And there's the hot red going into the pool. Anyway, that's this year's gizmo. Looking forward to it hopefully working for 2024. It's June 13th, 2024, and I did build another unit as described and powered it from the garage, whereas the first one was powered from the shed. So here's the new one. It's running right now. They each run 3 minutes per hour per my description, my previous description. And then there's the first one. And again, this is the second unit that I described and then built. I felt I should have a cover and not let them be in the direct sunlight. So I found these at Lowe's. They're the perfect size, and they were cut and finished just like this. And I got a sealant for them and sprayed on a sealant, clear sealant. And so there's two here. One's overlapping, the same here. And the system ended up working fabulously. I don't need to cover it. Covering adds a few degrees. But even without covering it, it will be in the low 80s. And right now we can see, if we go over to the thermometer in the water, we can see that the temperature is about 82. So again, about 82 degrees. Now it is a warm day. It's about 94 degrees out, and it's in the early evening about 7:30 p.m. But it's been high 70s or low 80s or around 80 the whole day. So the system works fabulously. And probably in July, I'm guessing it'll get up 85, 90. And we might even get a 100 degree day here around there. So quite pleased, great success.